goals. It says win the ACC championship. You're facing off with Virginia Tech. What do you know about the Hokies, considering it's not one of the teams you played during the regular season?
All right. Well, they're very talented all across the board. They've had always a great defense with Bud Foster. He's been a long-time defense coordinator there. He's done really well. And their offense is very balanced. Their quarterback's a great player. They can run the ball. They have very good skill guys. So I just see a physical team and a well-balanced team.
Do you feel like you guys are kind of rolling downhill these last couple of games? That, I mean, it seemed like, especially that Saturday was a culmination of just both sides playing so well.
Right.
It would seem that you're in a pretty good spot where you want to be heading into this game.
Yeah, we are, and it just all goes back to the work we put in. Teams are talented when we get later on in the season, and I feel like we've prepared very hard. We stayed the course and, really just put the work in and respected every team we played. And, Saturday was just kind of an example of that, how we put the work in and we played well on offense, defense, and special teams. And Coach Sweeney's told us all year that if we could all put it all together, that's the kind of games we would get, and we saw that this weekend.
Definitely a springboard heading into the ACC title game.
You said what?
Definitely a springboard that game.
Oh, yes, sir. It's always great to beat South Carolina, but then beat them that way. That's definitely something we can hang our hats on. But we respect Virginia Tech, and we know they're a different team. They're a better team than South Carolina, especially offensively. So it's going to take a bigger challenge for us to get the win.
Virginia Tech's got a real good fullback in Rogers. What do you see from him? And do you think they might try to steal a page out of Pitt's playbook and how they were able to move the ball against you?
Right. Well, it's a copycat league, so I'm definitely sure they'll have some things they want to take from that game. And the quarterback, he's very talented. He's a huge guy. He's like 6'3", 250 or 240, I think. And like Coach Sweeney said earlier, he kind of resembles Taj Boyd, and they do a lot of QB run game and pound it. And he's a very good quarterback. He's a talented player, and he's one of the best quarterbacks we've seen this year. So it's going to be a big challenge. They're just very balanced all over the offense and have good skill, big receivers. So they're just very talented all across the board. He just puts the work in. That's his motto, and he tells guys that when he recruits them that you're gonna have to put the work in. He believes in doing what you have to do to be successful. He has a tremendous respect for the game, and he doesn't take it for granted. He's out there running around at scout team quarterback every week, and I don't know if there's another assistant out there that does that. And he just takes so much pride in the defense, and he doesn't want to let us down as well. He works as hard as he can, and it just shows. And the award that he's up for is just showing how hard he's worked this year.
Can you give us a scouting report of Jimmy Green Beans?
He has a pretty good arm. It's not too bad, and I think he's got better as the seasons went on. But he has a very good stamina to be able to run around like he does each week, and he gives us a great look.
Speaking of that, is he going to be Evans this week?
Yeah, he will be. He's been the quarterback each week, so that hasn't changed. He wants to have that control and give us the look, and I think it's really benefited us. It's gave us a great look each week.
Nothing against Coach V, but I would imagine Ross will bring down Coach V.
Well, we don't really hit during the week anyway, so I think it'll be all right. We just we're just trying to get the right fit, so he can run up in there, and sometimes he gets hit a little bit, and he laughs it off, but he gives us a good look.
What about trying to emulate Lamar Jackson back earlier in the year? Was he capable of doing that, or was that just like?
No, he didn't. He wasn't able to do that. We had to bring Kelly Bryant over for a few snaps to kind of give us that speed and give us the realistic look. He can't really quite give us the speed that we need to see, but he does a good job.
When you look at the matchups with their tight end, especially their 6'7" Buccaneers.
Yeah.
How do you try to defend a guy like that who can just, no matter what he's going, win most balls?
Yeah, well, with his size, he's going to win his fair share of plays and jump balls, but it always goes back to technique. And no matter how big they are or how small or how fast, it always goes back to, doing the film study and being in the right position. And usually when you're in the right position and using the technique that you've learned, you get yourself a fair chance. And then, this is big-time college football, so they make their plays here and there, and we're in good position. We move on, but it's always about technique and just playing hard.
We should talk about that fullback number 45 and the way he plays.
Right. He's a great player. I'll say it firsthand. He's a great player. very physical. You know, he has deceptive speed and agility, and he's just hard-nosed. And I think that kind of resembles that Virginia Tech team, just hard-nosed. You know, they go to work and grind, but he's definitely popped up on tape for us.
It's like a second guard coming at you at the second level.
Right. Yeah, with a lot more athleticism, and you know he brings the cut blocks into play. So he's a big part in their offense. He plays a big role.
Is Venables just full throttle all the time, meeting room, on the field, team bus, or do you get a little bit of a chance to see the mellow? And obviously we know he has a great sense of humor. Do you guys see a lot of that?
He's pretty much full throttle, 24/7. Really, that's just kind of how he's wired. The only time I see him change is when he's around his daughters, and when he's around his daughters, you know, it's a completely different person. It's hilarious to see. He's so hard nosed, but when he gets around his daughters, it's completely different. But in the stadium, on film, you know, and on the bus, he's locked in. He's wired.
You've been to Orlando before, and how much are you looking forward to playing there?
Yeah, I played there in the bowl game my freshman year, and then in the All-Star game coming out of high school, I played there. So I like the stadium. I played there twice, and I'm glad we're not in Charlotte just for the fact that it's going to be warm. I don't really like playing in the cold weather, so for us, I think it's just going to be a good change of scenery.
Thanks very much.